teams. It seems that AVEZ is starting on the T side and PACT on that CT side with a quick kill onto Maniz to start open this game.
AVEZ already in the lead. However, there are 3 more players ready and waiting to defend this B bomb site. And so far, the first man to peak is currently Darko, but he's on 8 HP, having found no kills whatsoever. Bialy overwhelms him at close range, and Kyler has found Sobel now as well. Lunatic, without any body armor, is torn to pieces at the back of the B bomb site. Goofy gets 1 back, but it is not enough. Kai finishes off Goofy and gives the pistol round to AVEZ. They're still not out of the woods yet, though, as they may just have to overcome a CT force buy in order to get their 3-round lead.
Yeah, that's a quick opening round for AVEZ. PACT pretty much, they just got overwhelmed on that B site. It is going to be a force-up, though, coming in from PACT, not going for the full eco into a buy round next. They're just going to risk it to get the biscuit. It is going to be only pistols, though, and a decent amount of utility. They do have triple HE grenades, so it could do a decent amount of damage if they're not careful.
Kyler, down to 23. You're exactly right. He does receive heavy damage, and he's lucky not to be downed at the moment. Should that third nade have hit him, it would have put him to an early grave. Instead, he is going to be a presence for the remainder of the round. And AVEZ, they have relative control over towards the toilets. They're just holding and waiting for some more PACT aggression at this point in time. You've got Bialy waiting behind Picnic, and they're definitely lurking around that fountains area. PACT trying to play an aggressive defense on these pistols to try and find the opening headshots and then fall away before you get overwhelmed. But the B bomb site is now being wrapped into. Norit finds an opener with his MAC-10. Kai follows up onto Sobol as well, and now it's all onto Lunatic.
Deagle in hand, but flashed off his angle. Kai gets himself a double opener in that B site, and the B site has been secured. All they can do on PACT right now is hope they might be able to pick up a gun at the end of the round or save these weapons with their armor, because they're not going to have any buy next round. I mean, it's not that bad to just save your weaponry here. If you get an extra gun, you know, big plus, but besides that, it doesn't matter too much.
I don't even know if these MAC-10s are going to go hunting, to be honest with you, because you take down a pistol and Kevlar at the expense of your own, and $1,000 may be a bit too much to throw away just so that you don't have to deal with a body armored Deagle compared to a normal Deagle in the next eco round. So they don't want to overcommit. They want to keep those MAC-10s available as well, because they'll be very useful in this next round when the players you're fighting are more likely to be unarmored on weaker pistols. Use the MAC-10s in the follow-up to really take advantage of that situation and farm up all the bonus cash you're looking for.
Yeah, exactly. You just send Naurut and Kyler ahead to just try and clean up this PACT lineup. You do have to be careful, of course, of Maniz and Goofy, who both do still have head armor. Not really any. I don't even think they upgraded a single pistol on their side. And while we're busy with this round, we'll talk about our partners at Lootbet. What do you think about these odds between PACT and AVEZ?
Now that AVEZ have taken the T-side pistol, I do have to agree with them. It's a slightly more CT-sided map, definitely in my opinion. But Goofy finding Kyler, that is definitely good work to find in this round at bare minimum. Deagle gets a freebie, but still they have to overcome more rifles and SMGs.
Yeah, that's a nice opener, trying to turn those odds around, so we might actually see some value in those 3 odds. However, long range, the USPs are pretty close. MAC-10 is going to get himself 1. Does he expect the other to be that close? Nade is not going to do any damage, so we still have Marcus holding the angle. Khalil will shut down Sobol. It is a decent round. Goofy, however, is playing really close angles, and there he's being flanked as well. Marcus from behind. Will he expect Maniz? No, he does not. And Maniz with the 5-7 shuts him down, picks up a Galil. Decent amount of damage has been dealt so far, and it still can continue. It's definitely possible here for PACT with their positioning. Nade from Darko going a little bit deep, running through the smoke, which is a strange call to make, especially when you still have a player. coming in from toilets, but Bialy does shut the last two down, and that is going to be AVEZ with 3 on the board. PACT will pick up an op from Maniz, and Marcos gets 1 as well.
Nora, it looks like he's going to stick on this MAC-10 for a bit of a bonus round. 3 unarmored rifles or unhead armored rifles on the board for PACT means he perhaps could overwhelm them and get aggressive. That is something that we did see utilized, I believe, by Dignitas on this map. Exist just charging forward with that MAC-10 and overwhelming the B bomb site. So if Nora perhaps can harness a little bit of that energy, they'll be cooking on gas in this round. Instead, AVEZ, they want to take early fountain control, and they've got that relatively uncontested. Maniz found no damage with his AWP early towards that fountain. Instead, he now holds long with it, and this toilet's defense is all to play for.
Molly might spread and pull him off of the... Okay, it's not even going to spread that much. Goofy's just going to hold that angle down. Nade not even going to connect. Flash peek out wide isn't going to find him anything. They are pushing out long, so this is going to be an op duel. But which opper is going to win? Is it going to be a boosted op? Marcos is still staying all the way in the back, hoping for someone to peek the angle, but Maniz is... I mean, if he would actually be playing that far forward on long, he would be completely crushed the moment they know that he's there.
There is actually more utility available for AVEZ than there is on the PACT side, but Maniz has taken down Marcos immediately. Huge kill to find for PACT, and at close range, Nora wants to be careful. Maniz is aggressing, but actually it works out for the MAC-10. Free or found. Goofy at least gets 1 back, but it's value found by the SFG. However, this crossfire is working beautifully. Kai and Kyla, though, they perhaps are beauty to behold themselves. They make the trades in the site, and now looking to deploy the bomb. Darko won't be able to deny. Instead, gets tagged down to half HP, and now it's a 2-on-2.
Yeah, Kai and Kyla, the last two that you want to keep alive for the clutch. Oh, sorry, Bialy was actually alive, not Kai. Bialy does get the last kill as well. 6-0 for Bialy so far, so definitely starting off nicely. 4-0 in general for AVEZ and PACT. That's going to force them on a semi-buy, not the greatest buy indeed. They, you know, Lunatic probably should have been able to get that recovery quicker towards that A site. Unfortunately, they could not get the crossfire perfect on the mark, and they did lose the round there. Nice molly being thrown out. Will force out a T side smoke, so that's at least one piece of utility taken care of. But so far, it is going to be pretty tough for PACT. They're going to really need to make these deagles work.
They really are. Right now, AVEZ are just happy to keep things passive. They really don't want to walk into any cheeky little off angles from this PACT squad that mean they lose a rifle to a close range deagle headshot or worse. They don't want to walk into a deagle crossfire that could just chew them to pieces with body shots. Instead, AVEZ are going to be pushing up a long, and that currently is absent defenders. Lunatic just peeking in there with a deag, but his deagle has no body armor, so it's really all on those headshots. However, just one smoke deployment is enough to bring all of the PACT squad up from the B bomb site and put Maniz on that flank operation.
Yeah, that's a very nasty flank that might catch Kai with. Bialy will shut down Sobol, who's trying to jump through the smoke. Maniz misses the deagle shot, though. And that's going to give away his positioning. There's going to be only 2 kills, actually. Still doable. Maniz is still on that flank, trying to win the deagle duel, but has lost it to Kai and did not even tag him once. Unfortunately, that will be for AVEZ. Unfortunately for PACT, that will be 5 rounds for AVEZ, and they really need to start shutting things down. Maniz needs to use that op aggressively, try and get that opening pick again, like last gun round, and then just try and solidify the victory.
That has to be the case. PACT are going to need to start scoring on their CT side relatively soon, because it is their better side on this map, and you really don't want to be in a position where you get dominated on the CT side and then you switch over to the T side and have no ideas and are unable to contest best firepower-wise. AVEZ right now are dominating this derby with a 5-0 lead. It's Goofy at close range, perhaps who has the opportunity for the next kill, but it's such a common angle, and of course Nora expects it. Goofy taken down before Lunatic can even wrap around and assist with the kill. Nobody even entered the bathrooms, and AVEZ are really outplaying PACT at the moment.
This looks like a complete dumpster fire right now. They're just being outplayed, outgunned, outmaneuvered. Bialy does not spot the player towards long, but he does expect there to be one still long. So does Marcos. That's why he's playing such a deep angle. Might get taken down by Lunatic. Op has been dropped, and with that smoke should be able to get himself out of any harm's way. But the bomb is down. A 4 versus 3. Retake is going to be really tough to pull off for PACT. They are going to really rely on that flank from Lunatic. I don't really think that you can go for it, personally. It's incredibly tough.
They're definitely giving it a try. They need to win rounds at some point, so they do commit the utility. And AVEZ are back fairly far away from this one. I don't even know if they expect the retake effort to come in. They're going to get slightly closer now they know players are on the site. But Kai has found that flank like an absolute hero and cleaned all 3 of them up, I think. Excellent work there from AVEZ. 6-0 start now in this best of 1. And if things continue this way, we know who's going straight into our elimination matchup.
This is not looking good for PACT at all. They need to make something work. They haven't really shown any real aggression on their CT side. A little bit of connector take, yes. They've actually gotten multiple flanks off, which haven't really resulted in much. But those flanks have all come through on their eco rounds, not when they had their full guns available. So, I mean, if you have an M4 and you're flanking around, that gives you so much more advantage than when you're trying to do the exact same thing on pistols. Kyler in connector trying to spot a player pushing forward, just holding the angle and falling back like that. But yeah, I do really think that on their buy round, PACT need to be a little bit more aggressive. Maybe go for a heavy B short take, something along those lines to try and get yourselves the advantage. Clear out a little bit of map presence. There is going to be Marcos taking down Goofy, who peeks out of connector. But as you do see, Maniz is trying to go for the flank. Kai is holding the flank and will shut down Maniz as expected.
To build on your point about PACT needing to get aggressive, it really does look like they're afraid of AVEZ at the moment, playing incredibly passively, struggling in the gunfights individually. The fragging just hasn't been there for PACT so far. They haven't been able to bring these rounds to close situations. I can't remember the last time AVEZ had less than 3 players alive at the end of a round. It's been dominant so far at the start of the map, and that can be a real difficult rut to get out of if you're PACT. It's time to start looking at calling these timeouts ahead of your next gun round, because at this rate, AVEZ are just going to trample you in record time.
Yeah, they're definitely enjoying it right now. They're also going to have a lot of money left in the bank, and Marcos does shut it down. They were greedy, both greedy for that kill, but Marcos will pick it up. And I mean, they've got 6-2, 8-1, 9-1 on the side of AVEZ. Finally, the timeout comes in from PACT.
And now we have the opportunity to talk about our case partners over at Hellcase, the biggest and most well-known case opening website with almost 100 cases, the updated case battle upgrader, and dozens of giveaways per month. You will never get bored with Hellcase. The timeout for PACT, you're right, it has come through at the right time, but I don't know if it's enough to stabilize the ship.
They do have a full buy round now, and as I said, I do really hope that they're going to get aggressive. I mean, they've got 1 kill on Darko, 0 kills on Sobel, 2 kills on Maniz, who's had the op for 2 rounds so far. He did get 1 kill with the op, though, on Marcos in their first buy round, but it is definitely not nearly enough. Goofy's the only one on a decent scoreline, and that is still -4 to 6. The entirety of PACT need to wake up. They're all still in a rut. Maybe, you know, the first half could be seen as a quick DM. Nade is going to be slightly off the mark, it seems. But it does look like AVEZ is heading towards that B site, holding angles, expecting that heavy aggression from PACT. They have won the duel towards Monster a couple of times. Bialy's actually down to 28 thanks to that smoke spam. So that is a nice little advantage there for PACT this round, at least.
Slight damage, but it's not an opening kill. And it looks like AVEZ are considering a counter boost in towards the B bomb site here. Got to be very careful of that, especially with Norit dropping down. Actually, they're not going to consider it now that they've given the sound cues away. They know that on the B bomb site, players could be paranoid. So what they do instead is drop a second jump to draw players down inside the B bomb site, and it's worked beautifully. Lunatic has now made his way in, and it's forced Maniz to take a more close range position into the A bomb site so that he'll be able to rotate around quicker. It's now Lunatic fully committing into B as it has been toilets cleared by Goofy. They know AVEZ are heading towards the B bomb site now. It's a full-on stack in the site. The smokes will be going down, and this is PACT's time to stand tall and defend.
This is going to be the push from AVEZ. They just need to hold off that bomb plant for 20 seconds. It is going to be pretty tough to do. They're still playing towards barrels. They're all running past barrels. He gets one. Darko, does he drop the bomb? No, the bomb's going to get planted, but he at least gets a double kill. Turns it into a triple. Turns to Marcos, and now it's all on Bialy. 1 versus 2. He was the man tagged lowest at the start, but he gets shut down. And Goofy towards short. The Jiggle Peak coming in, heals the reload, knows that he can walk forward, and Goofy executes Bialy. Finally, after the pause, PACT managed to get their first on the board. However, it cost them a lot.
Darko saves that round for PACT as nobody checks the barrels, and there's no Molotov on the AVEZ side either. It's normally a position that you've got utility to dispose of, so not one perhaps players are worried about checking, and unfortunately that's to their detriment. By the time this frag comes through, Kyler's ready to take that engagement, but actually Darko jumps up onto the barrels and gets the smokers cover there. He can then turn around and take that one-on-one in the water and get his third kill off the back of it. 7-1, but AVEZ still with plenty of cash in the bank. Maniz, though, should have an aggressive position with this AWP, but no kills found early. Instead, he refocuses his efforts towards A-long, and AVEZ begin another passive start to the round.
Towards connector Goofy, he's going to have to duel 2 terrorists right now. The jump down gives a sound cue, gets a spray, does a lot of damage, but does not land a kill. They Jiggle Peaked backwards, and he pretty much wasted his entire magazine on that wall, which is now riddled with bullets.
And it's the man advantage already for AVEZ here on Overpass. He still has an opportunity to bring it back, and he's dropped the bomb as well. Knows he needs to pull back off the back of that one because trades won't be far away, and Kai actually has dealt some punishment. 2 players he's found on the B bomb site. That is mental. He takes down the opener on short, and I'm not sure where on earth he found the second. He must have been jumping for information. That is a critical error now as this B bomb site is under attack. Maniz has rotated in but missed a crucial shot. That's allowed Kyler to compensate for his side, and Lunatic with an MP9 to work with. That AWP is smoked off but still recoverable. He'll be backing away to save the sniper forward as the PACT economy has been dealt a crippling blow.
Yeah, this is very problematic to say the least. Kai just opens up that B bomb site. It looked like it went pretty well towards A for Maniz right there, but unfortunately the B defenders just completely got annihilated. Lunatic tries to go for a quick shot, but he needs to try and save that up into the next round. It's going to hold the push, it seems, but they're not even going to get that aggressive to drop it. They might go for the flank towards A, but it should definitely be the big green stick saved.
That AWP has been saved forward, but I don't think PACT have the cash to justify buying around it. There'd be no M4s out. Very few FAMASs if that's what they decided to do as well. It would be pistols and SMGs, really. And it looks like they're just going to go for the Sebi. Maybe Maniz will pick himself up some body armor and get dropped over an AWP, but instead he wants to increase his own cash reserve so he can buy his own sniper rifle in the upcoming round. A bit of a perplexing decision perhaps, but it does mean Lunatic's going to be giving the AWPing a go in this round, and if he doesn't go big with the sniper, it's likely to be a night for AVEZ.
He definitely does have to go big, but because of the information gain of PACT, they know that it's most likely going to be B. They're actually getting aggressive towards B. With a two-man B short push, they might walk right into Marcus's crosshair, and that is going to be the op dropped. Retrieved by Sobol, who might go for the... Well, he's just going to run back and try and keep that op alive. They are going to slowly walk through Monster, though. The flash should come over. Never mind, not even a flash, just a dry peek. Sobol does chime in with a kill though, whiffs the second shot, and with that, it's actually Maniz picking up the op. The actual op are picking it up. 2 kills coming in for him. Very doable right now, 2 versus 2. They finally have Maniz waking up and heading off towards, I guess, heaven is the plan here, but Goofy is completely stuck towards B short. He needs this kill onto Marcos, gets spotted out. Opshot's gonna whiff, but he needs to win that one. Unfortunately, does lose it. Bomb is still out towards the B site, and Kyla has to peek into Maniz right here. Unless they smoke it off, will he get aggressive to try and catch the players off? Or is he gonna save the op into the next?
With the plan, I don't think he's going to be able to commit to this. Although, that kill onto Kyla definitely makes it possible. It's now one-on-one against Marcos, and based on the positioning of the smoke, he knows exactly where he is. Marcos doesn't need to peek until he hears a stick. He's hit the leg, and now he can switch to the pistol as well. He uses a flash to try and keep Maniz off the bomb. Trying to stick this defuse, tapping it out, faking the entry from Marcos, who does not need to be swinging. He's baited out another missed shot, and Maniz knows now that it's time to flee the bomb site. He does get away with the sniper rifle, and you just think, what would happen if you'd given your permanent author Yorp in this round instead of leaving it on Lunatic? He had more than enough money to take body armor, and he's ended up saving it at the end of the round anyway. Just imagine how much better he would have been, how much more confident if he'd had body armor and utility to work with.
A very nice round from Maniz. Unfortunately, cannot convert it into a win. 8 rounds difference for PACT. They do keep that op alive, of course, so Maniz does have his big green stick and the weaponry, the utility armor, whatever he wants to have, so should be able to use it efficiently as well. But they need him to go big as he went in the last round, because otherwise this gun is going to be a waste. They really need him to step up again, because the rest of his team is still not awake just yet.
Another B bomb site execution for the AVEZ side, much favoring the lower bomb site here on Overpass, and it looks as though they had sent Lunatic away. He's come back just about, though, to deploy his Molotovs. However, it means nothing in the grand scheme of things. Sobol gets one with his nade, fortunately, but this B bomb site is under AVEZ control. The bomb is about to go down, and it's another retake scenario for PACT that I would say they don't want to consider it, but they have to. It's too late in the half not to be going for rounds at this point in time. They've got the utility to work with, so they're going to try some aggression.
Yeah, you really need to retake at one point. Every single... Okay, Goofy gets rid of Kai. That's a big kill. Now we're up close range. Gets spotted out by Lunatic. Goofy runs through the smoke, but Maniz from heaven chimes in, and that is going to be Bialy on site. Double spray down towards water. Marcos gets only Maniz, and the bomb defuse coming in. That's a great retake coming out from PACT to get themselves their second on the board. I mean, they're always put at a disadvantage in these retake scenarios, but they did manage to pull this one off, which was pretty massive indeed.
3 on 4 secured for PACT, and that's their second CT round on the board, but they need pretty much all of them now in the half, should they want a chance at success over on the T side of things. They do have an AWP in the hands of Maniz, but the bank has once again been drained, and AVEZ, they're targeting the B site again at the moment, looking for that early damage. They do tag Sobol a little bit, but they haven't stopped him from getting into short. He decides to back away because his weapon is slightly weaker, however, and they like keeping this 3-man stack in the B bomb site packed. Why not? AVEZ barely ever go up towards A. Might as well keep the extra man here.
Yeah, that is, especially with the positioning of PACT right now, they've got pretty heavy aggression towards that A long. However, if B gets lost, The retake's going to be pretty tough indeed. There's still a player towards short. I think Bialik should have spotted him out there, but Marcos gets rid of Sobel. Lunatic shines in onto Kai. P got wiped and Darko gets flashed off the angle, completely blind, and now it's all in Lunatic in the water, but he's going to get sandwiched in. And the two players who were playing aggressively long A, it's another retake situation for this pack lineup. It's because they never put themselves in a situation where they actually have an advantage in this game. They barely have an opening frag. Moniz never goes for the aggressive peaks. I'm saying barely ever goes for the aggressive peaks. And it's just a waiting game until the execute comes out. Well, in the case of a full-on execute, you're always going to be at a 1 or 2 player disadvantage. So if they play it right, or unless you actually have a hero play, which so far PACT haven't really had a player going insane except for that one round of Moniz and that one round of Goofy. You're just looking at a disadvantage every single time they're moving towards the site.
Double digits secured now by AVEZ as 3 rounds remain in the half. PACT call their second timeout of the map to try and at least break up some of this momentum over on the AVEZ side of things. Moniz is doing a decent job in terms of fragging with that AWP. Considering his team's only won 2 rounds, 9 kills isn't bad, I suppose. Goofy as well, definitely trying to do work, but the problem is that these highlight plays, they are totally isolated. They never occur from more than 1 player in the same round. AVEZ are getting into that B bomb site too easily. There's a reason they don't need to go up towards A, because they get the plant on B every single time.
Yeah, they have a very solid take over that B site pretty cleanly, actually. They flash off everything, and you see PACT is blinded and everything every single time. They just blinded, and they have absolutely no idea what's going on. Then they get swarmed, player peeks out wide spots, 2 inside water, and they both get sprayed down, for instance. It does look like a very aggressive rush towards B. This might actually be a saving grace for PACT. They did stack heavily towards that A site again and get to start off with a double. Bialy gets one. He knows that there's still one towards barrels. A blind bullet flies onto the head of Darko, shuts him down. Bialy's going pretty big this round. Now it's all on Bialy and Marcos, but the flank from B short. Now it's all on Moniz with the op. Misses the shot. That was a crucial shot. He needed to tag right there, and he gets flashed off the angle. They should be able to get the bomb plant in with the cross coming in from Marcos. Moniz, he needs this tag. We'll get rid of Marcos. It's a 1-on-1, but Bialy's not going to lose that. 4K for the old VP alumni, and that is a turnaround again. AVEZ on 11, PACT on only 2.
There's nothing PACT can do at this point in time. The AVEZ just rushed into B against the full setup with utility and won. Bialy just killed everybody. I'll see them in the elimination match. What else is there to say? That is abysmal. You cannot be losing out to scenarios like that. It's just a straight up rush. You've got utility to work with. You've got the weapons on the board, but still losing control of that round. It just shows you that PACT are being consistently outplayed time and time again. The AVEZ players are all taking turn to dominate at the moment, and Kai already with B short control. They're going to try for a boost here on the PACT side, but he could just be straight in front of it, punishing them.
Yeah, here's the shots coming out, but he tries to get a little bit aggressive, gets caught out, rushing through the smoke. I get his idea because his teammates called that there was a boost going on, so he knew that they were stacked on top of each other, but unfortunately did not have the timing or positioning on his side. Moniz now gets himself his second of the round. Maybe you should just stick with the rifle instead. As I say that, Kyler does get rid of Moniz. It is all on Kyler and Marcos. 4 versus 2. Will this be another round for PACT, or will somehow magically AVEZ turn this one around again?
Goofy has found Marcos, and that should be the round now for PACT. At least 3 confirmed on their CT side. And this time, AVEZ, they don't expect the aggressive positions, but PACT have taken them too late. They try to bring the bomb towards the A site, AVEZ, for the first time in a long time, and it just doesn't work out. So I'd really expect it to be another B execution in the upcoming round, as they just about do have enough money to buy up into the last of the first half. Either way from AVEZ, it has been totally dominant, and on the CT side, should they secure pistol, it's going to be a very quick opening match indeed.
Yeah, it is definitely gonna be interesting to say the least. Of course, PACT can always recover on that CT side. On the T side. You never know. Maybe they have a way superior strat against AVEZ, but that's pretty much all they can hope for. It's just the chance, the possibility. Marcos does get shot at by Maniz, but Maniz will not connect the bullet, and it is going to be heavy connector presence coming in from AVEZ, clearing it out methodically, not giving away what site they want to head off towards just yet, though.
Maniz is repositioned, and he has Goofy here as well to assist with the crossfire. Kai's trying to bait out attention and spot out positions, and they've forced the players back at bare minimum. AVEZ, they could have taken some heavy damage there trying to get out of connector, but it's Marcos actually who has found Goofy as the first kill. Man advantage with AVEZ, and Norit's actually waiting for somebody to start pushing up B. Short exactly like that. He finds the timing. That's double opener now for the AVEZ squad. They've thinned out this defense greatly, and Norit anticipates the peak on B short as well. Will pump a nade down there to take Darko down to 25 for good measure, but it looks as though for now, AVEZ are still targeting the A side of the map.
And that's a pretty decent read, especially with the positioning of everyone. I think they're even rotating Darko towards that A site. So it is going to be a pretty heavy stack. Guy does get rid of Lunatic. Now it's all Maniz and Darko. But they're actually calling that the B site is clear. Marcos even kills off Maniz on that A site, which is not even necessary. I mean, they've got B site under control. Darko 1 versus 5, 25 HP. He's got 5 kills in total. He has to double his score to win this round for his team.
Opening kill found, but now he's got 4 more riflers to look for, and actually this might just be possible. They've all completely separated, but Norit's taken him down immediately in the aggressive angle. Darko can't find anything with the AWP, and that's 12 T-sided rounds for AVEZ. ACTINA PACT on the better half for them of Overpass. They collapse completely, and now as we head into the second half, should PACT fail to secure the pistol, we'll definitely be seeing them in the elimination match later on.
And as our partners at LootBet are showing, this game's over.
You can't even make any money betting on AVEZ at this point. That's how you know this game's over.
Nah, you just want to risk it, you know? Just want to go full flex. Yeah, I'm going to put 10K on no extra money. And then they lose, and then, well, you start screaming and shouting.
Well, let's see if AVEZ are going to be able to deny this pistol round at bare minimum. They've left the B bomb site free, and they're going to play retake with their USPs. They had a fair amount of success on their T side of things, and now attacking or retaking that B bomb site, it's basically just more of the same, except you've got the better pistols in this round. It is going to be slightly difficult with Goofy boosted up here, though. He's going to be able to get a pretty killer flank on eventually. As Marcos pushes up, actually, at close range, Goofy might be able to deal damage with the Glock. Bomb ticked down very far as well. That's an issue perhaps for AVEZ, but Marcos has found Goofy. Darko defending through Monster, though, getting some big kills, but it's been traded 3 for 3, and both of these PACT players currently reside in Monster. Flash down, but Darko has found the shot, taps the bomb, and he gets another one. 4 kills for Darko, and PACT secure the T-side pistol.
Well, that is a glimmer of hope for PACT. Right now, they just need to win pretty much almost everything else after this. Nice defense from Darko. Quick double tap right there, and then shutting the last 2 on the site off as well. It's actually kind of funny. Goofy was pushing towards heaven, but he was completely expected and got shut down immediately.
RIP Goofy in that pistol, as there's 2 scouts and 3 Deagles out in this round for the AVEZ squad. However, no early damage thrown out. PACT trying to break away into that B bomb site, and the MAC-10s don't have many armored heads to worry about either, so could be easy pickings for those SMGs. It is definitely for Darko, and Kai, he does not get overwhelmed. His helmet protects him, and brings it back into a 4-on-4. But now the B-bomb site is being descended into by the PACT squad. They're looking to deploy utility and make moves in the site.
There's a replace smoke right there. They are getting mollied all the way back though, but it is definitely still very dangerous, close angles with those deagles. I think there's still only Marcos towards that A site, so you also have to deal with a scout from heaven. Well, that's a scout tag, and a deagle shot should be a kill. Oh, he spots out the play, move forward, misses the shot though. He's so close. Will get the tag onto Goofy close range. Gives the information that Goofy is one tap away from dying. Marcos does get rid of Goofy himself in the end. And a 3-on-3. But now Lunatic is going to go big with 3 kills this round so far. All on Marcos to try and convert this one. But they're not giving him an inch. He's trying to go for the wallbang play. But it should be all set and done here. And with the flank coming in from Maniz, AVEZ should not be even able to save the scout into the next round.
He's dropped the pistol to try and bait out a peek to see if they're willing to give him an edge. Now he's dropped down. Now they can hear the steps, and bo1 can clean up the kill as well. AVEZ, they do not manage to convert those 3 players in the force, despite dealing the damage, and now it should be an easy conversion from PACT. That'll allow them to bring the scoreline back to a 6-round deficit against them, but it's an opportunity to start building some T-side momentum here, and they proved they're not quite out of this map yet.
They ain't going out without a fight. That is the true Polish spirit right there. But will they have enough of a fight to deal with this AVEZ squad in the next upcoming rounds? We're going to have ourselves a little tactical pause, it seems. Sorry, technical pause. Was going on, probably something like a mouse that didn't work or anything, but we are getting back into it. It shouldn't be really that big of an investment for AVEZ. They do need to keep enough money in the bank so that they have a full solid buy next round, including mollies. That's like the most crucial thing. You need mollies against those quick possible pushes to make sure that you don't lose too much map control at the first 20 seconds of the game.
AVEZ are all down in connector. And there are some T's waiting here for them. Fire and HE goes up, but it's only now dealing damage as they decide to charge forward. Bialy falls down in the flames. bo1 takes down Norat, and 1 kill is secured by Marcos at bare minimum. Goofy will escape though on 2 HP, and now bo1 actually does get cleaned down by that P250. That was nearly crazy scenes from Marcos with no armor and just the P250 to work with. He nearly found 4 kills there.
I got a little bit too scary right there for PACT, from a connector stack that started off with a molly nade to flush them out, and they were completely caught out of position, to almost turning it into a 1v1 situation right there. You got to be careful of those moments, because the money does hurt on the side of PACT with the 2 buybacks after full eco. Against them, it is going to be Marcos peeking aggressively with Yop. He doesn't have an op on the PACT side to deal with himself, so that should be a big plus for him. They are playing close range towards Monster though, so they are expecting this PACT lineup to get really aggressive and try and possibly push forward.
Well, Maniz has actually taken down Norat through that smoke, and Kai needs to be very careful about his positioning now.
Yeah, Kai also took 41 HP for his whole damage, and now he's only on 41 HP. So a lot of damage dealt by Maniz, spamming through the smoke. But they are heavily grouping towards that B site as well on AVEZ. Will it be another push coming in? Big nade damage on Kai, now down to 8 HP. They need to find some opening here on the defensive side, and that is going to be the boost towards B short. Bialy gets himself a kill onto Lunatic. Nice catch indeed. And with that, they're going to try and push forward. From heaven, we have Marcos rotating in with the op, but it is going to be a B take. They are so close as well to the side, so you got to be careful when you're going to plan. Marcos shuts down bo1. Flash gets Maniz blinded. Darko's going to get taken out, and now it's all on Maniz, but he gets shut down. Kai with his 8 HP peaks wide. Kyla gets a double in that round as well, and they keep 4 alive on the side of AVEZ. With that opening kill and the damage dealt to the AVEZ players, they don't lose a single player afterwards, and that is just devastating for PACT.
It really is. The fact that you find an opening kill, get all the way into the B bomb site, and then don't find any more damage. As soon as Bialy finds an opening kill, they don't deal a point of HP's worth of damage, I don't think, whatsoever. Smoke's being deployed instead of Molotovs this time, and it has... I mean, you could argue it's forced the wasted smoke from the PACT squad because there's no Molotov there, but it was always one that was going to be deployed anyway. They don't have much utility to work with, so they're going to try and use pace instead. Goofy's already up on B short, and Kai has no idea that that was even a possibility. Perhaps a little bit of a misplay there, as you should be aware there could be players taking control of B short should you have no B short control of your own, but it's still another 4-on-5 that AVEZ can fight for. Instead, though, it looks like one that may be fought over on the A side of the map.
Nice peek from Naurot. A lot of damage has been dealt to the T's right now, and also the information gained that they are heading towards Connector, so that should give you enough intel that you need to stack up, well, at least get some more players towards that A site. Marcos with the op. Will shut down Maniz, spots the bomb as well, so the bomb is dropped, and that is all the intel they need right now. They're going to push forward. Marcos is getting super aggressive with the op. Close range fights coming in, and that's going to be shotgun from Marcos from behind. Will they expect him? I think they heard the scope, him scoping out, and that is going to be Darko actually losing the fight. Now it's all on Sobo, who turns his back to Kyla. Never turn your back to Kyla, because Kyla is going to chop your head off right there. 14-6, 8 rounds difference, and they are forced on an eco.
PACT can't really be in a worse spot here on Overpass if they tried. They're going to go for the full force, so maybe they could be in the next round, as it's Tech 9s, it's body armor, it's utility, it's speed. That is about all they have to work with. Charging into the B-bomb site, the very likely outcome of this round. They can't even get up B short at the moment because of all of those Molotovs, though, that have been deployed to counter that rush. And already it looks as though Kyla is making his way down to B.
Yeah, it's going to be that B defense coming in from AVEZ. They expect this push to come through. Will they be able to flood them? Kai has absolutely no idea. They have no idea that the players are already that close. That B site has been gifted away in a nice little piece of wrapping paper. It is going to be Bialy, Kyla, and Marcos trying to go for the retake. But Marcos, he burns himself on the molly down to 11 HP. They're going to go for the boost. See if they can spot out Goofy. Flash is coming through. Goofy is going to get taken out. He actually spots a second player all the way towards Monster. Marcos is heading towards Heaven. I assume they're trying to win those close range fights, but they are actually running out of time as well. Ooh. A one-on-one situation. He knows where the last player is. Misses the shot, though. Marco's going to go for the retake, and he gets the shot in. No kit on him, though. This is problematic. He's not... Is he going to be on time?
I don't know. This is going to be one of the closest diffusers I've seen in a while. I think he kind of whiffed it with the movement, but I think he's got it now. Oh, AVEZ, that is 15 by the skin of their teeth. Kit recovered, bomb diffused, PACT demoralized now, as they have to look again to SMGs or pistols after what was a valiant effort, but Marcos just holds true with the AWP. Misses one, but not the second.
So Darko ran out of bullets right there, so he couldn't actually shut down Bialy, and Bialy got himself a 2K because he didn't get shut down right there. So that is just a very nasty turn of events. If Darko got that kill, it was 100% an easy round, and they'd have 3 versus 1 instead of a 1 versus 1 in the end. That's pretty sad to see, unfortunately. But it is going to be a probably last round for PACT. They do have very limited weaponry utility. Their weaponry is pretty decent. They've got 3 Galils and 2 AK, so it's definitely enough to win a round. But from the showing of AVEZ so far, I would not think that they have enough to turn this one around. I mean, you have 9 map points to try and beat.
AVEZ had the read on this B-bomb site as well, because they have, I believe it's Marcos just scoping around in the toilets, but it's 2-on-2 in this B bomb site, and Bialy now has to be the man to bail things out. He might try and dance around the smoke as well. Close left is Miniz. He's got a kill, but that's Marcos now in a 1v2 scenario as he looks left rather than right. Marcos has a Molotov to work with. That's deployed towards B short, for example. He definitely has some feisty opportunities, but there's a player to his rear and he just can't know that. Goofy finds the kill, and actually this CT squad is kind of stretched for cash. They might need to take an eco.
Yeah, that is, well, would you? Yeah, they're not going to eco. They want to finish this one off with a couple of Deagles, a couple of M4s. Not the healthiest buy on their side, but they definitely feel like they can risk a round or two against the PACT right now. You know, it's always a little bit dangerous because the team can always come back. However, I can get behind their idea right here that they just don't feel that there's any problems in the air.
They do have M4s on the board, so there's still firepower available for AVEZ. The AWP in the hands of Miniz now, but they're so panicked. This is the problem for waiting until your opponents have map point before you start winning rounds, is that you get so paranoid about making mistakes that you take so much time peeking every possible angle. You're worried about aggression like this from Marcos, and it eats so much time in the round. A minute gone, and still Marcos is the man getting kills. He's tagged Lunatic down to 12 also. The big factor, though, is there's 50 seconds left on the clock for AVEZ, and they have no map control.
And they're heading towards that B site, which is the right call to make, especially because it seems AVEZ are kind of grouping up towards A after that very slow fountain push coming in from PACT. They do expect them to continue with their A push, but nah. AVEZ, they're falling back. 30 seconds left on the clock. They know that the site that's going to get pushed out right now is going to be the site they're going to try and take, and it's going to be on Norot. Actually, the rotations are already there. That nade could be pretty big. Sobol gets himself a team shot onto Goofy. Sobol will get shut down, and it's all on Lunatic, and they finish it off in style on the side of AVEZ. 16-7, completely dumpstered PACT in this map, and it was a, well, as said, it was just PACT had nothing they could show.
Nothing whatsoever, unfortunately.